Hello YouTube, it is your pal, the Two-Wheel Maniac, and welcome to another device review. Again, we're going to stick with audio here today, and we're going to review the Tascam. We're going to review this guy and compare it to last week's video, the Zoom H1. So, without further ado, let's get this started.
Agents of the Resistance. We must rise. We must resist.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we have the Tascam DR2 lowercase d, a linear PCM recorder. Now this is a really cool little device. So let's talk about what makes this such a cool little device. Now, compared to the Zoom H1, this, as you can tell just by looking at it, is a little bit more of an advanced recorder. Okay? So there are a couple different things that are going to set this apart. First, we're going to turn this guy on. We get cool little video animations here. I don't know how well these are coming up on the camera. One, we get this iPod scroll click wheel to navigate, fast forward, so on and so forth. We get multiple playback features, just like on the Zoom. We've got a pretty robust speaker. We've got a on-off switch for the speaker. We've got the hold feature to make it so you can't make any changes. Going into the menu, we get a very old school iPod style menu here that we navigate just like we did on the iPod. Now we've got a couple different record settings here. Same thing as with the Zoom. You get multiple qualities in WAV and MP3. WAV all the way up to 2496, which is super high resolution. We get multiple SD cards. Now, one of the things that sets this guy apart from everything else is the dual feature. Now, with the dual recording, you actually have two inputs. You have a mic input and a line-in input. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but we have mic and line-in. You've got the stereo mics here, which you can actually access, as you can see, from both up top and on the front here. Now we've got three different settings. We have the dual. Dual is a really smart feature that Tascam came up with. So let's say you're a musician and you guys are doing a show or you're starting to do some recording. Dual is a great way to do it because you set this up where your fans would be sitting if you're doing a sample like recording in a garage or whatever, you know, starting up, not quite studio. Dual is going to record two identical tracks. One at whatever you have it set, and the other at a lower level. So, if you get some distortion due to clipping, it's too loud, the microphone didn't pick it up, you're not wasting all that time you spent because it's going to record one, at a much lower level. That way you still have a usable track. We have the mix, which takes your microphone and your line in, whether it be a music or something from a board or even other microphones that are amplified through a mixer of some sort into the Tascam, so you can get some multiple tracks there. Mix puts them as a single track, so you don't have to worry about syncing audio or anything along those lines. Then you've got line, which is going to separate your microphone input from your line input. So you're going to get two separate audio tracks. So you can do, let's say you're doing, we'll use the musicians again. Let's say you're doing a line into your mixing board and you've got all the instruments and then you've got the mic. You can do a vocalist by just using the line, or you can do a cappella by getting rid of all the instrumentation. Really cool feature there. I do like that you have these. Reason why I picked this one up, or why my boss said, hey, try this one out, is because it does have those dual inputs. Now, like I said in the one video I did, I can't remember which one, it was the one where I was like, oh, this exhaust will never get old. When you're using an external microphone, like the one in my helmet, and you put it in mic in, it actually deactivates these microphones. because microphones require a power source. So being that these microphones share the same circuit as the mic in, you could only get one amplified source. Now line is already amplified from wherever it's coming from. It's a much hotter signal, so you can actually have a line in and a microphone on separate channels, no problem. Now, that being said, you get some additional inputs. You do get your DC in if you're going to get a special port. It does work off of the USB Mini, just like the Zoom does. You get your output for listening audio controls here, and your input levels over here. Now, unlike the Zoom, this door is much harder to open, and we use full-size SD cards, not the micro. So if you have micro SD cards and you wish to use those, you're going to want to get an adapter like this guy and use your micro SD card in the adapter like so. But other than this door being very tight, which I guess would be nice if you drop it, you don't have to worry about the card ejecting. This is a great little recorder. You get a little bit more control of your audio. One thing that is difficult to get used to, if you want to start recording, you're going to hit record. Now we're blinking. So now you're getting your line and volume activity, but you're not actually recording anything. As we can see, this timer hasn't gone up. If you want to record something, then you hit the record button again. And now we're going to start recording. Now, as with everything else, I'll have the MP3. I don't know what my setting's at, but it's going to give me 23 hours, so we must be at a really low level. So I'm sorry, guys, that's going to be a horrible audio quality. Anyway, when you're recording, you do get some additional features that you don't get with the Zoom. If I hit record button again, now we just pause the recording, so nothing's happening. Record again, we're back. Stop, stops it. Stop is also your home button, so if you're navigating the menus and you want to go back, just hit the home button, takes you back. You use the fast forward and the rewind to move left and right in the menus, and the scroll wheel to move up and down. Not a bad system if I do say so myself. But yeah, that is the Tascam DR 2D. Great little recorder. I think it's specifically designed more for musicians than the video recorder, unlike the videographer or cinematographer, unlike the Zoom H1. I think the Zoom H1 is going to be more for shooting video and mounting it on top of your DSLR to get better audio. The Tascam will do that. It does still have that tripod mount, just like the Zoom, but it's a little bit bulkier, and with its dual inputs, one for the line in, you're going to be looking at getting a powered or a hot audio input. So that's that. Thank you guys so much for watching another device review, this time by the Tascam DR2 lowercase d. As always, this is your pal, the Two-Wheel Maniac. Let me guys know, subscribers of mine, let me know what you think of these device reviews. Is it something you'd like to see more of? Is there something, a product that you'd like to see? I'm going to start doing some gear reviews here in the near future as well. This is something that I used to do on my phone review channel, which I enjoyed doing, but I don't work in phones anymore, so stopped doing that. But I think I'm going to start doing it again with gear. Let me know if that's something you guys would want. And if you're not a subscriber, why don't you hit that subscribe button and become a member of the Two-Wheel Maniac Crazy Asylum. That lets you know when I post new content. Usually on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Sometimes, like last week with the holiday, the July 4th, didn't really get a chance to see that. But here we are, another device review, this time of the Tascam DR 2D. Thank you guys so much. As always, stay hungry, stay foolish, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side.